Raditz is back, and he's won. Goku has no idea what to do now. How is he supposed to stop Raditz, especially if everybody's gone? We'll be covering all that and more in the 6th part of What If Goku Was Immortal. On the sacred world of Kai, there's still signs of life. Shin's group got there. Shin, Kibito, Vegeta, and Gohan are all still alive. They can't believe it. Once they sensed the battle with Goku and Raditz getting really fierce, they got out of there. They didn't end up fighting Majin Buu. He never killed them, he was just left to run about. And they've been watching everything that's been going on since. Furious to see what Raditz has done, but they can't really do anything about it right at the moment. Vegeta and Gohan have been healed by Kibito, but now they have no Dragon Balls. They won't be able to bring anybody back. It's just them and Goku. Back to the vacuum of space where Goku is right now, Goku decides to retreat. He notices the M on Raditz's forehead disappears. Babbidi's been dead for a bit now, so now there's no Majin spell. Not like Raditz really needs it anymore. He's still got the power that he needed, and he's grown stronger from the fight regardless. And he notices his brother retreating, asking why he's doing that. Is he really going to flake out from the battle? Is he really that soft? Goku tells Raditz there's no point continuing this fight. If they do, he's just going to make Raditz even stronger, and it's not like they can kill each other. Besides, he's way too strong in comparison to Raditz anyways. It's not like Raditz makes for a good opponent right now. He's a really pathetic excuse for a warrior, using his immortality to cheat through everything, and then playing cheap tricks to win. Goku doesn't really have anything else to say to him. He's just going to figure out how to fix everything, so he leaves. Goku flies away while just in his regular base form, and Raditz chases him in Super Saiyan 2, able to catch up to Goku, but Goku then transforms going Super Saiyan, and then Super Saiyan 2. Raditz says this is pointless. Kakarot won't be able to ever get away from him, and Goku's just trying to lure him far away enough to where he can make Raditz completely lost. As Raditz continues chasing him, Goku then suddenly goes into Super Evolved Kaioken 2, maxing out his power completely, disappearing from Raditz's sight. He can't keep up. And then, once he makes enough distance, like a couple light years of distance, Goku immediately lowers his power to nothing. He's completely untraceable in the vacuum of space. Raditz searches around desperately, but can't find Kakarot anywhere. Fine, if he's really going to chicken out from a battle like that, he's just going to go around destroying whatever he wants. Maybe that way Kakarot will be drawn out. He doesn't know if Kakarot cares about any of these planets around him, but whatever, he'll destroy the entire universe if it means he'll find Kakarot again. He starts going around, aimlessly destroying planets. And now, Goku has silence. Pure silence. There's nobody around him, not even his brother. He's just left completely alone. At least, so he thinks. Not long after this, Shin teleports in, leaving Goku completely surprised. He's alive? Shin tells him to grab on, and he teleports Goku to the sacred world of Kai. Goku's despair disappears, at least for the most part, because Shin and Kibito are alive. And more important to him, he sees Gohan's alive, as well as Vegeta. Of course, the rest of his friends and family are dead, but it's good to know these two are alive, as well as Shin and Kibito still being there to help. Shin says they're going to come up with a plan together, and he thanks Goku for defeating Buu. He thought Buu was going to be a bigger challenge, but Goku's a much more impressive mortal than he realized. Gohan already has an idea. He thinks they should go to Namek, and he says that Goku can distract Raditz in the meantime. This way they could revive everyone while Goku fights Raditz and finds a way to seal him. Shin and Kibito could easily make a container to seal him with, and it'll be made out of kachin, so no normal person will be able to break through it. Goku likes the idea, but he wants to completely get rid of Raditz's immortality. He wants to defeat him for good, not just seal him. Clearly that didn't work, and Vegeta says they could just ask the dragon to remove his immortality as well. But Goku says that might not work. Raditz is far stronger than Shenron, and he knows that Shenron can't affect people who are stronger than him, unless they're willing to be affected. He assumes the same goes for Namek's dragon, and he'd be surprised if that dragon was also stronger than Raditz. So he doubts that's something Porunga could do. But Shin then butts in. So they think they could undo it with a wish. Immortality isn't something innate to them. Well, Goku's not entirely sure, but yeah, if Shenron or Porunga were stronger than Raditz, they could easily do that. Or if Raditz himself wished for it, the strength difference wouldn't matter, but there's no way they're going to get him to do that. Well, Shin says if they need a stronger set of Dragon Balls, there are two really strong sets out there. The Super Dragon Balls, which he's not going to have any way of obtaining, or they can go to the Demon Realm, which would be more obtainable but still pretty tough. They would need a spaceship for that, which they don't have at the moment. Well, Vegeta says that Bulma could definitely build them a ship, if she were alive, so maybe they could revive her and then wait to revive everyone else, but Goku then has a better idea. He doesn't want to revive everyone until they're sure that Raditz is gone. So how about this? They're going to go to Namek and wish for a spaceship. And even though he hasn't used Namek's Dragon Balls himself, he knows that they can make 3 wishes, so they can make 2 conditional wishes after that. That sounds like a perfect idea. And Goku will explain more on the way. Shin takes them to Namek, and the Namekians are glad to help out. They could sense Raditz causing havoc. They also learn that these people helped kill Frieza, which was a huge threat. And more importantly, the Supreme Kai's here. They're going to help out regardless. Mori's also Guardian by this point, and he's upgraded the Dragon Balls regardless. So the Dragon Balls are collected and they summon Porunga. For their first wish, they want a fast, durable spaceship, and Porunga easily grants that, materializing one right in front of them. And then They ask for Porunga to restore everything destroyed by Raditz and revive any good person killed by Raditz recently. But for these 2 wishes, there's a condition with them. Only do this once Raditz has been killed. Porunga says that's an easy enough task. Just don't take too long to kill him, because Porunga wants to rest. But he goes ahead and does it. They won't see any of the effects until Raditz dies. Perfect. Now they can travel to the Demon Realm, and their task is to get the Dragon Balls there and reverse Raditz's immortality. If they fail, they're going to have to find some other way to get rid of his immortality, because now they've locked in the wish with Porunga, and it's only going to be granted when Raditz dies. So they're kind of banking everything on this. They had to do it this way because they had to make the wish for the ship. If they made the wish for that and Porunga went back to being dormant, they would have had to wait a little bit longer to get that wish again. But they're confident this will work. At least Shin is very confident. Hopefully he's right about this. They get aboard their ship, and it is incredibly fast. The ship very quickly takes them to Warp Sama, and Shin's able to get them into the Demon Realm. Porunga made the ship fit for travel to the Demon Realm too. All Shin needs to do is give everyone pointy ears, which is pretty easy. They fly through the 3rd Demon World, and once they learn what they're going after, it takes some time, but they're able to find Tamagami 3. Gohan goes up against him. He wins pretty easily, getting that first Dragon Ball. Porunga made them a really good ship too. Unlike the travel they did in Daima, this ship can make it through the worlds pretty quick, and even better, it's not going to be damaged by anyone that comes to attack it. Also, they're keeping a close eye on it so nobody steals it. Because the ship is so fast, they don't need to spend much time off it anyways. They hope to get this done within a few hours. They make it to the 2nd Demon World, and this is where Vegeta finds Tamagami 2, winning this fight pretty quickly. But this is also where they encounter Neva, so even with him there, buffing Tamagami 2, Vegeta's still able to win this battle. Although Neva is pretty intrigued by these people, so he decides he's going to come along with them. He sees what they're getting the Dragon Balls for and doesn't mind helping, especially after hearing what threat they're facing. He's curious. Goku asks Neva more about this. Does he think someone else could have granted this wish? And Neva says that is possible. Even though they only know of 2 sets of Dragon Balls, at least regular sets, Neva says there's probably more sets than they realize. Of course, there are the Super Dragon Balls and Neva's Dragon Balls down here. But besides the sets on Earth and Namek, there could be others out there. The Namekians traveled amongst other planets. Not all of them permanently stay on Namek. So there very likely are other Namekians on planets they know nothing about. Which also means someone could have found the Dragon Balls and made the wish. But the question still remains, who would have done this? Who would have wished for these 2 to become immortal? Well, they're still not entirely sure, but Vegeta does have a theory. There was the assumption that maybe Goku's father or mother did this, and Vegeta says that if Namekians are on other planets, that theory does check out because, of course, the Saiyans would be on other planets. Maybe Bardock was on some random planet doing something, and somehow he stumbled across Dragon Balls and wished for them to be immortal. Of course, Vegeta has no clue of the specifics of this, but that's just what he thinks might have happened. They might never get confirmation, but still, it's a better explanation than they had before. Neva warns them that the next Demon World is going to be dangerous. They go to the first, and it's in complete disarray since Dabra was just killed. Oh yeah, Vegeta and Gohan remember that. They completely forgot that Dabra was the king of this place. So now the throne is being given to Goma, and everyone's freaking out because their king just got killed by some random monster. Rinsu's trying to keep a low profile too. She's glad Boo was able to kill Dabra, but then Boo died pretty quickly after that, and now the guy who killed him is here. Degasu still has no clue what happened either, but he's going to start looking into it. Goku finds Tamagami 1, and he's the one to do this last fight. He's able to beat Tamagami 1, but he's definitely going to struggle with the math problem, and anyone would. So they don't get the final Dragon Ball from this, but Neva then butts in, and he gives the answer. Apparently he's really good at math, and I feel like that's actually pretty sensible because he was the one to make Tamagami 1 after all. So now they have all 3 Dragon Balls, and Goku summons Porunga. Goma of course notices this from his castle, and he starts flipping out. Who got the Dragon Balls? He's going to use that wish to get the 3rd eye. So all of his forces are sent out to attack, but they're already too late. The dragon disappears, and Goku's already made his wish. Gohan and Vegeta go to fend off all of Goma's forces, and it's a really easy task. They got what they needed, and Goku's wish seemed to work. The Demon World Porunga has removed Raditz's immortality. And Vegeta's tired of all this demon nonsense, so to finish things off, he just creates a laser in his hand, swiping across the battlefield and wiping out all of Goma's forces and Goma himself. Shin and Kibito are a little concerned by this because Vegeta didn't realize he just killed the next Demon King. Now this world is going to be in even more disarray. Although, from what they could tell, Goma was not a good guy, so maybe it's not terrible. And Shin then sees his siblings there. Degasu and Rinsu are terrified, but also, they need some answers, and after some talking, they see why Goku's come here, and he's not a threat to them, as long as they don't do anything bad. You know what? This actually works out for Rinsu. Now that Goma's gone, she'll become the Demon Queen. And, you know what? Shin decides, yeah, just go ahead and do that. It's not like he could decide anyways, but better the devil you know than the devil you don't know. Or in this case, the demon you know than the demon you don't. So the group returns back to Universe 7. Gohan has a question for Goku though. Why not reverse his own immortality? Well, for the sake of protecting things, Goku decided to keep his. Raditz was kind of right. It is a gift in a way. Goku could still use it to grow stronger without being cheap, and he could still use it to protect everyone around him if need be. He always half liked this, half hated it, but over time and after these events, he's coming to see that it's not so bad. Although he still really wants to figure out what caused this wish in the first place. Neva didn't have any answers, and they're probably just gonna have to wait for that. Even King Kai couldn't figure it out. Like, despite the fact that they suspect that Bardock might have been the one to do it, it's pretty hard to locate him. King Kai doesn't know if his soul has been completely cleansed and he's been reincarnated into something else, or if he kept his body and he's just somewhere in Otherworld, whether it be in heaven or hell. King Kai hasn't been able to find him and ask him about it, nor Gine. Alright, now one more step. As everyone waits in the spaceship, Shin teleports Goku over to where Raditz is, and then quickly teleports back. In the time that they've been gone, Raditz has wiped out a huge chunk of North Galaxy, and King Kai's mortified. Raditz kind of wanted to enjoy himself, so he slowed it down. And weirdly enough, he's feeling a little sluggish right now. Even though his immortality has been removed, his body has fully adjusted to space breathing already, so he's not killed immediately by it. Now he feels like he needs a breather, so he goes on to a planet nearby. It's weird. The last time he ever felt like this was when he was first out in space and his body wasn't adjusted to it. It must just be a fluke. And then he faces his brother. But Goku tells Raditz it's done. What? Kakarot thinks this is the end of the battle? Now to finish their fight. Goku tells Raditz that he wishes he were good, but he let that power get to his head. He basically went insane with it. He wishes that he could fight him again under better circumstances, and Raditz is a bit confused. Why is Kakarot acting like this now? Why is he acting like he won? He's getting all sentimental and stuff. Well, Goku says that's because he did win. He simply sticks out a hand and gives a warm but confident smile as he launches a ki blast, completely evaporating Raditz. And Raditz screams. This pain from it feels different. What happened? But his thoughts completely cease because he's killed, not regenerating this time, and he's sent straight to hell. Goku powers down, breathing a sigh of relief. It's finally done. He jumps up and flies out of the atmosphere of the planet he's on, looking around in space. He sees a bunch of glowing orbs around them. Every destroyed celestial body is coming back. Purunga's wish went through. All physical damage is restored, and any good person killed by Raditz is brought back to life. Shin teleports to Goku to grab him, and then their ship goes back to Earth. Shin and Goku fist bump. Goku truly is an impressive mortal and the greatest warrior in the universe. And Goku thanks Shin for all of his help, not just against Raditz, but Majin Buu too, and going to the demon world. Shin will definitely keep tabs on planet Earth, and hopefully now, things are going to be all okay without Raditz there. But this definitely is not going to be the last threat Goku encounters. Not at all. With that, we'll leave off here for now. What do you guys think about this part? What's going to happen next? Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help out the channel, and it shows me you want to see more videos like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.